All right, this video, we are going to put together GCF and grouping all in one problem. So we are going to take the GCF out first, and then what's left is going to be a grouping problem, and then we'll finish that to get our final answer. All right, so first example, let's see. Let's do 18xy minus 45x plus 24y minus 60. All right, so first thing we want to do is look for GCF. And truly, it doesn't have to be done first, but the advantage and the reason why we encourage you to do this first is because it's going to make all of these numbers smaller. So if we can find a number that will divide into all of those and take that out, what we'll be left with will be easier for us to factor. So looking at 18, 45, 24, 60, all of those can be divided by 3. So I am going to take out a 3. And when I factor out a GCF of 3, that's going to leave 6xy minus 15x plus 8y minus 20. So all I did was basically reduce everything by 3. I can't get rid of that 3. That needs to stay there because the only way to get back to the original problem is if that 3 is included in my answer. So I can't just ignore it. It has to be there. Okay, but for right now, I'm just going to temporarily pay attention to the 4-term polynomial that I have left over, which is going to be a grouping problem. So if we do the first 2 as one group and those 2 as the second group. So out of these 2, there is a GCF of 3x, which would leave 2y minus 5. Out of this group, they have a greatest common factor of 4, which will leave 2y minus 5. And we know from our grouping that this doesn't just happen. That is on purpose. So now we have a common factor between both of those of 2y minus 5. And then the second binomial factor is going to be from our GCFs. So 3x plus 4 is our other binomial factor. And now this is where I'm going to bring that 3 back down here to the bottom. So remember that we can check all of these problems by multiplying back together. So if I distributed this back here, that gives me the 6xy, that's the 8y, that's the negative 15x, that's the negative 20, but I won't get back to the original problem until I also multiply all of that by 3. So I know that this right here is the final answer. And again, you can check by just multiplying everything back together. All right, so hopefully that will take care of it if you need to rewatch it. But again, first thing we did was take the GCF out. Once we took the GCF out, we had an easier polynomial to factor. So we factored that one down, and then our answer needs to have all of the factors that multiply to get back to what we started with.